Bill Clinton Odhiambo. My sign language interpreter is Mini Mbesa, and this morning I'm being joined by Kipimoy Langat. He is the head of strategy and planning, TVET Authority, and we are talking about the place of tertiary education in Kenya, and he's here to help us unpack and understand more how TVETs operate and why it is such an important time in the Kenya's development that we have the uptick and of TVET institutions. Now, just before the break, Mr. Langat, we were talking about how the collaboration is quite important as far as industry players is concerned to further the development of persons who are taking these TVET institutions who are getting these skills. So there's always this misconception out there that there's a competition between university education or university institutions and the TVET institutions or the TVET learning or pathways. Right? How can please help us debunk this, because how can TVET and university complement each other, or how are they complementing each other in this crucial space where there's a lot of uncertainty as far as the unemployment is concerned, there's a lot of uncertainty as far as just getting by is concerned.
Thank you, Bill. As you have said, there is a misconception. University education and TVET education are not supposed to be competing.
Right.
They should be complementary avenues of skills and professional development.
Okay.
In our country. TVET education, as I mentioned earlier on, is a pathway. And through TVET, you can reach the higher echelons of education.
Right.
We have seen people start from even the very lowest level of TVET, the government test.
Okay.
And progressively move up the ladder. And I don't know whether to call this the academic or the skills ladder.
Yes.
Then, they started from those government tests. They went to artisan.
Right.
From artisan, they went to craft or certificate. From craft, they went to diploma.
Right.
From diploma, they went to degree.
Indeed.
Because, with a diploma, you meet the minimum requirements for admission into a university.
Exactly.
Then, with the degree, they can advance for a master's, they can advance for a PhD. So, these pathways should not be competing.
Okay.
They should be complementing. And basically, it should be based on the interests of the individual.
Right.
And also the manpower requirements of our society.
Yes.
Because education is not an end in itself.
Right.
It is a means to an end. We
Wonderful.
acquire education so that tomorrow we can be able to do something in society.
Exactly.
So if we find that TVET education is making us to be more fruitful in society, then it is time for us to get into TVET and advance later on to university in that same area, and you will be more useful and impactful in that society.
Indeed.
So the current education system that has been introduced in the country,
right,
the competency-based education and training,
yes,
offers opportunities to learners so that they can now even engage in pre-technical education,
right,
at the lower levels, in junior school, in senior school,
yes,
and then progress on to either TVET or to university.
Yeah. Can you just speak to the mic, please? Yes.
Okay, so we are saying that we need to come into a situation where we don't overemphasize.
Indeed.
Like it used to happen.
Yeah.
There was what we would call a degree craze in this country. Everybody wanted to have a degree.
Kama si degree.
Kama si degree.
Hauko.
You are not useful.
Unfortunately.
Yes, but later on we learned, although we learned the hard way,
Sadly.
that degree for its own sake does not help a society.
It does not hold.
Yes,
Right.
it doesn't help a society because if we go for degree that have no meaningful skills and competencies that we can apply in our societies, then we would be the victims.
And we hear that a lot of times.
Yeah.
Nimesoma hii nisaidie.
Yeah,
Nimesoma hii.
yes, that,
We do hear that a lot of times.
yes, but
Right.
it seems like we've not learned enough. However,
Right.
there have been instances where people have yearned to go for even with the having met the minimum requirements for university admission in certain programs.
Yeah.
But because university admission at times is based on availability of space in the university,
Right.
not necessarily the interest of the trainee,
Right.
then they have been admitted into programs that they don't like.
Like they don't like.
So
Yes.
at times those students opt to start from TVET.
Right.
So they choose TVET as a starting point, and then they progress.
They further the education
Yeah,
up
yeah.
the ladder.
So after completing studies at the TVET level,
Right.
they can join university.
Indeed.
So TVET and university education should be complementary, and also beyond that, we should make sure that we introduce in TVET skills and competencies that would make our graduates self-reliant. If you look at the CBET education
Right.
that we are now implementing,
Yes.
we have competencies in life skills,
Okay.
communication,
Okay.
entrepreneurship, the ability even to manage small business
Right.
accounts.
Right.
Yes. Now those skills are adding to the core skills
Indeed.
in the trade area, and it would help a TVET graduate to be more versatile in society, more impactful.
Right.
You graduate, you have the right aptitude. When you find work, you can maintain time.
Yes.
You're able to communicate with clients more effectively.
Yes. Yes.
And you're even able to manage small business transactions.
Right.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Wonderful. And let's talk about now the access or inclusivity part of it, and also the equity part of it, because just like when we started off this conversation, we said that a lot of young people are now interested in going through the TVET with the pathway, right? But for many learners or for many individuals who might be seeking this kind of pathway to further their education or further their lives, in the marginalized areas, for example, right, or persons with disabilities, for example, as an authority, how accessible have we made this? Have we made TVET institutions across the country, or across the different counties?
Thank you, Bill. Accessibility is an issue, and as I told you at the beginning, one of the TVET reforms that the government endeavored to implement was to ensure access, equity, and inclusivity in TVET.
Okay.
And through that, the government purposed to establish a TVET institution in every constituency. We are now doing around 250
Right.
TVET institutions in every constituency.
Right.
Of course, there are those with more than one.
Yes.
But then the government has endeavored to make sure that there is a TVET institution everywhere. Then we have another category of TVET called the vocational training centers.
Okay.
These are vocational training institutions which are owned and managed by county governments. So every county has its own TVET institutions.
Indeed.
And this institution can train up to artisan level.
Okay.
And so access is being opened.
In that
It's
sense,
being taken, yes, in that sense, into the lowest level of our administrative unit,
Okay.
even to the wards, because counties are targeting also that for every ward there should be one vocational training center.
Right.
There was also in the current administration, as part of enhancing TVET.
Right.
The current administration targets to have a national polytechnic
Okay.
for every county. So you see, the government is opening up training opportunities even in the marginalized areas.
Indeed.
We have in counties like Wajir, Mandera, Garissa, Tana River, we have TVET institutions
Right.
that have been built and established by government. They have been equipped by the government.
Indeed.
They have also deployed staff to train in those institutions. And in most cases, the courses offered in those TVET institutions are aligned to the needs.
The current needs and everything.
Of the communities
Right.
around
it.
Around the institutions. On the aspect of inclusivity,
Yes.
when these institutions are being established, and especially right from construction, the government makes sure that these institutions are accessible. They put ramps, they provide sanitation facilities
Okay.
that are special needs appropriate.
Okay.
They also, the government has also gone out of its way to establish unique special needs TVET institutions.
Indeed.
We have, across the country, we have 4. One here in Nairobi at Karen, which
Okay.
is for the deaf.
Okay.
Then in Machakos, we have for the blind.
Okay.
Machakos Technical Institute for
The blind.
Then we have in Homa Bay, Sikri, in Homa Bay, and Nyangoma, St. Joseph's Nyangoma in CI.
Okay.
So all these are government institutions that are meant to address the needs of the special needs. But the move is to integrate
Okay.
special needs education in every TVET institution, because moving these special needs person to these regions is also costly.
It's also costly,
So
indeed.
in order to make sure that those interested in those areas have
Integrate them together now.
yes, then the appropriate facilities are provided in the TVET institutions.
Indeed.
And in our standards, we also check every time our inspection and audit teams
Yes.
visit institutions. We check for compliance in terms of access. Is the institution accessible?
Wonderful.
Yes. And where it is not accessible, we give a recommendation and timelines so that they make their
Necessary steps are
facilities-
taken.
Yes, they make their facilities accessible.
Right.
And this one we demand for public institutions
Mhm.
and even private
Institutions.
because TVET as a service is a public good.
Okay.
Yeah, it is not a private.
It's not a private.
It's a public good. So we deserve.
Right.
Every Kenyan child deserves, whether you are getting it in a private institution or in a public TVET institution, we deserve to access it.
Right.
Probably in the private institution, it is a cost of paying fees that can deny me, but now I can go to the government institution that is a bit cheaper.
A bit cheaper.
Now, the other issue about access
Yes.
is financing.
Yes, that's ni kama unajua the trajectory.
Okay.
Because I want us to speak to the affordability of these courses, right? Because university, it's a whole different conversation. We talk about fees, even in the TVET. We should not just assume because it is a TVET institute that anybody can just afford, right? How this is a major concern, affordability. Are there policies that have been put in place by the authority, for example, and you are implementing this at the moment?
Yeah, the government, through the State Department of TVET, has put in place measures to ensure that the cost of TVET is not prohibitive.
Okay.
One, the government has put a ceiling.
Right.
The government has put a ceiling on the fees charged by an institution.
Yes.
So institutions are required to charge up to a maximum of 67,000 shillings.
Okay.
And then the government is also coming in to assist in paying this. We have what we call a new funding model.
Right.
And this funding model is based on a means testing approach, where trainees evaluated based on his needs. There are those who are needy and who require
support,
100% support.
Yes.
So the government comes in to give them a percentage of the fees.
Right.
And then also give them a bursary and also give them a loan.
Right.
From the Higher Education Loans Board.
Right.
And then there are those of us who, based on the same assessment tool,
right,
are found to be capable. So those ones, they can supplement whatever resources they have with a loan.
Indeed.
From the Higher Education Loans Board. So the government is very keen to ensure that TVET is affordable for the majority of Kenyans.
Right.
And those who cannot afford it, they are supported,
right,
to acquire TVET.
Indeed.
Yes.
Right. In this particular juncture, let's now shift the focus to the digital transformation aspect, the innovation, and perhaps the future of TVETs, because gradually there's that desired outcome as far as we are, taking our TVETs to be accessible throughout the country. Your work on digital transformation with the TVET sector, how is technology now reshaping the training and certification and quality assurance as far as the TVET is concerned?
Yeah, technology is very critical.
Critical.
Very critical. And we experienced this during the COVID period.
It was a lesson for everyone.
Yes, it was a lesson. And we had a lockdown.
Right.
Most of the institutions
closed. Indeed.
But in order to have programs running, then we established online training. So institutions were encouraged to put in place facilities which would enable them to train
virtually.
Yeah, virtually.
Yes.
And this is one aspect that is now coming up, and we now have what we call open distance learning.
Indeed.
Model. And this facilitates learning whereby the trainees, especially on theory, can learn from off college.
Right.
They come into college for
practical sessions.
Exposure.
Yeah.
And even some practical sessions can be undertaken online using simulations.
Okay.
Yeah, so with proper simulation
tools, yes.
Then learners can still get to undergo the practical lessons. And then now they'll come to college probably to do the practice and be able to, they can also go to industry to get a more practical hands-on exposure.
Right.
So technology is very critical. On our part, as a quality assurance agency,
yes,
we have an endeavor to also integrate ICT in our practices. Currently, institutions which want to apply and register with us, they do it online.
Okay.
It's purely online.
Online,
You
yeah.
create an account, log into that account, and apply for that service.
Right.
We are now moving into an era where we want the institutions to submit reports annually to us through a management information system. A system that will allow us now to be able to understand the institution even before we get to that institution. And so that when we are visiting institutions, we know what we will be looking at,
Right.
and we'll be better prepared
Right.
to advise them, because the purpose of compliance and enforcement in TVET is not to punish.
Yes.
Our main objective is to empower the training providers
Right.
to provide better quality training.
Right.
So when we go there with prior information, adequate information, which is
Right.
accurate about the institution,
Right.
we'll be able to understand what they require to fix, what they require to enhance, what they require probably even to remove because they may not have the right capacity to offer.
Indeed.
Yes.
Wonderful. How then is TVETA preparing institutions for emerging sectors, such as, at the moment we're talking about a lot of green jobs, a lot of, or such related conversations, right? The digital economy perhaps, and also the advanced manufacturing. How is TVETA now preparing institutions for this, just to make them to be up to standards, offering quality, needed, skills or practice?
Yeah, as a regulator in the sector, we are at the forefront in modernizing
Right.
our TVET system. We develop standards. Currently, we are developing standards on digital content.
Okay.
What institutions would include as we move from as we move deeper into the
Digital economy, digital world, yes.
Yes. So we are developing our standards to make sure that even that movement is guided, and we adopt and integrate the appropriate digital techniques or
Right.
technologies.
Right.
Number two, in the area of greening, us and the other players in the sector, because we are not alone, we
Yes.
have institutions dealing with curriculum development.
Right.
Now, we've been working on greening our curriculum.
Okay.
So issues of greening are being integrated into curriculum. And as a regulator, because our role is to approve that curriculum, then we also make sure that the curriculum being developed has aspects of greening or promotes greening, because
Right.
we need, at the end of the day, these people who get out of our TVET institutions get employment in the industry.
Right.
Will also learn to apply climate resilient
Right.
skills
Right.
in their work.
Indeed.
So we are playing our part as a regulator by developing the standards,
Right.
and also working or collaborating with curriculum developers to make sure that issues of greening are integrated in curriculum.
And with all this integration taking place, with all this collaboration taking place, how would you describe the TVET sector in 5 to 10 years, the growth, the massive impact that it would have generally?
Yeah, the TVET sector across the world,
Yes.
globally,
Yes.
is the main skills development engine. If you go to the developed world, the population joining TVET
Right.
is so high. But of course, because of the issues that we had talked about,
Yeah.
in our country, the population is still low.
The uptake is still
Yes.
low.
Like currently, we have close to 700,000 people in Tibet,
Right.
but the actual position is that we should have a third of our youth population, which is
Okay.
close to 3 million.
Okay.
That should be our national target
Okay.
in the area of Tibet. So We are striving to move TVET towards that point, and the government is even now introducing reforms, further reforms in
Right.
the TVET sector,
Right.
so that training is modular. You get in for, let's say, a semester,
Right.
and you acquire a skill. If you don't have the money to come back the next semester, you already have a skill that can
Help you get
you
something.
find
Yeah.
a place in industry.
Right.
You can be in industry for 1 year or whatever period.
Mm-hmm.
When you find that you have extra money to spend on upskilling, then you come back.
Equip yourself further.
Yes, you
Yes.
come back and join the next module.
Right.
So we have learning now in modules.
Right.
So the advantage is that because modules runs up to 6 modules,
Okay.
we can have various people in these modules
Right.
enrolled.
Right.
And that can help us provide TVET almost en masse.
Right.
And the fact that there is the online approach,
Yes.
where training can also happen off institution.
Right.
And then they come in for practical experience.
Right.
And even practical experience can be done with simulation. So if we are able to integrate such approaches,
Right.
then we will be able to expand the opportunities in TVET. The persons with special needs, as we move on,
Right.
we will also make sure that even the ODEL facilities
Right.
are compliant with their requirements or needs, because if we were to have ODEL that are not compliant, then it would be like we are also locking them out.
Right. Right.
Last but not least are the people in the marginalized areas.
Areas. Right.
We now have internet across. So these people can also access TVET online. And on top of that, the government is developing TVET institutions even in their areas.
Even in the areas.
They need to visit those TVET institutions and enroll. So that we have a critical mass of our population.
Right.
With the right skills. If you can remember, for now, from the year 2007 onwards,
Okay.
we've been implementing a national development agenda called the Vision 2030.
Yes.
Now, at the heart of the Vision 2030 was manpower development. The Vision 2030 envisioned that by 2030, Kenya should be a middle-income industrialized country. And for us to get to that vision, we required manpower.
Right.
And that is why the government purposed to expand and reform skills development to make sure that we produce the manpower required.
Right.
For this economic changes,
transformation
that
yes.
we required in our country. So that is the place of TVET, and I believe that going forward,
right,
TVET will continue playing a very critical role.
Indeed.
And especially with the integration of technology.
Right.
And even with the change of societal attitude. Attitude is now changing. So we expect to find more people joining us.
Right. I know we're coming to the business end of this this conversation this morning. Perhaps as just as a general message to the audience and to the general public, what role should parents, learners, and employers, and also the media, play in strengthening trust in the TVET system?
Sure. First and foremost, it is the messaging.
Okay.
What message do we give, if it is a media, what message do we give to our society
right.
about TVET? As a parent, what message do I give to my children? If today my child who has qualified to be a doctor comes to tell me, Dad, I want to join Nairobi Technical Institute for a course in mechanical engineering. Will I be mad?
It shouldn't be.
But you find that
that is not the situation on the ground.
yes,
Yes,
the situation on
the
the ground
parent
is
is.
that parent
What do you mean?
wants also to have a son.
Nimekusomesha,
and
nimeuza nini? Yes.
he wants to have a son and a daughter who is a doctor.
They have a say in their future.
My son is pursuing medicine.
Not that my son is ameacha medicine akakuja.
Ameenda kufanya carpentry.
Right.
Just imagine.
Right.
So we need to start giving a positive message.
Right.
When people want to join TVET, let it be an option. Industry players should come in also handy because they are the major beneficiaries in TVET. The day before yesterday, I attended a meeting at the Brazilian, there was a forum for the Brazilian, organized by the Brazilian embassy.
Right.
And I met somebody from an organization in Brazil that is recruiting 3 million young people every year.
Wonderful.
To join skills development in apprenticeship. And 80% of the course fees is paid by industry.
Okay.
So industry pays 1% levy to the government every year for purposes of skills development only. So what they do is the government collects all that money and transfer it to this entity called Senai. Now, Senai organizes training in the area of mechanical, automobile, electrical, baking technology, value addition.
Right.
So they train the manpower, the people required in those industries. And the curriculum they are using is from the same industry. So industry has a very big role to play.
Wonderful.
In promoting TVET. Other than financing, they need to contribute in the area of certification through assessment. They also need to contribute through curriculum development.
Right.
And industry can also provide their equipment through dual training.
Right.
For purposes of practical exposure.
Right.
For the trainees.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So all of us have a role.
Kila mtu, a part to play.
It's all of us. It's only that we need to take our position.
Yes.
You see, like in a team.
Right.
Whether you are talking of volleyball or
right.
football.
Any position.
Yes, you need to take a position.
Right.
But then your position should ensure that TVET is accepted as a critical pathway in our skills development agenda.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
A closing reflection as we finish this segment. In one sentence, right? What is the true place of tertiary education and TVET specifically in shaping Kenya's future?
I would say that without tertiary education, Kenya does not have a future. Without tertiary education
Kenya does not have
a future.
Wonderful.
Without investing in TVET, Kenya will not have a future. So we need to modernize our TVET system so that all the skills that we require, and you see, we are now having an expanded market.
Right.
So unasikia kazi maju.
Yeah.
It's demand for our labor.
Yes.
Because in the region, we look like our TVET system is more advanced.
Okay.
So even countries with manpower shortages
they're requesting
are now looking at us
for
supply
of
manpower. So TVET is our future.
Wonderful.
Let's invest.
Thank you so much, Mr. Langat. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been Kipkemoi Langat, the head of Strategy and Planning, TVET Authority, that is the Technical Vocational Educational Training Authority. And he has been here with me this morning unpacking and debunking the whole conversation around the place of tertiary education in Kenya. Thank you so much for making time this morning. And hopefully our audience are going to take this up, Sindio. And we as the media, part of this, are going to take our due diligence and have a proper messaging to the audience and to the general public. I've been your host this morning on the breakfast show as we discussed tertiary education. And we're taking a quick break. When we get back, I'm coming up to finish up with some of the news-making headlines and the sporting in the world of sports to take a look at how that is going. Don't go anywhere. Keep it Science TV. Thank you.
Thank you.